Congressman Malinowski for coming out, taking time out of their busy schedules to support us here in Westfield. I know that a lot of you have given a lot of time and energy and money to help get our candidates, Jim Boys in Ward 1, Mark Parmalee in Ward 2, Jen Gilman in Ward 3, and Scott Katz in Ward 4. And our two incredible candidates for State Assembly, Stacey Gunderman and last night I was at a Diwali event and I was speaking to the congressman, and a woman came up to him, introduced herself, and said, "I helped get you elected." And it's just what you guys all did in 2018 when you showed up 9,000 strong at the polls and ended years of lackadaisical leadership in CD7 and sent Congressman Malinowski to And every day since then, he has shown up for us, fought the good fight, been our voice in Washington.
Yeah.
It is my honor to introduce
Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, that was great. She didn't even introduce herself. She just said, "I put you there." That's exactly how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
All right, well, how much time? How many hours left? 48, something.
56.
I remember this moment last year when we were saying, I can do anything for 5 days or for 2 days or whatever it takes. You guys have been out there volunteering. We've got 2 more days to go. Who's going to volunteer on Election Day? Everybody's calling this a toss-up race, and you know what that means? I mean, I know you'd rather it be. But what toss-up means is every single door you knock, every phone call you make, every friend you talk to, everybody you talk to on this platform on Monday and Tuesday morning, that could be the difference maker in this race, just like it was for me. So really, it makes a difference. And let me tell you, the stakes are really high. You know what we're dealing with in DC right now. These are strange times. And it's not even like usual Republican versus Democrat stuff. It's really about, are we going to have people in power who are going to serve the country or serve themselves? That's what I'm fighting right now. We got people who it's all about tax cuts just for themselves, gutting environmental regulations just for themselves, getting favors from foreign countries just for themselves. And that's what we are fighting. And as we are fighting that fundamental battle for the heart and soul of our democracy, with Mitch McConnell blocking most of the bills that we are sending him, New Jersey has a chance to lead the way. And you are. Thank you, Governor. Thank you. As McConnell sits around figuring out whether to move that gun bill, the background check bill, New Jersey has led the way. We have passed the gun safety legislation. As the Trump administration is in court trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, thank you. We have shored up the Affordable Care Act here in New Jersey. On climate change, we have led the states. We have set a goal of 100% clean power generation by 2050. That's the bill we got to pass in Washington, and we will. And how did we do it? Well, no thanks to Republicans in the state legislature. They didn't vote for any of that stuff. The folks who are representing this district right now in Trenton didn't vote for any of that stuff. They didn't vote with our values. So we've got to get more troops to help Governor Murphy, to help Democrats in the state Senate, in the state assembly, make New Jersey a laboratory of pragmatic, progressive policies that we can then follow in Washington in 2021 when we have a new president and a new Senate and we keep the Democratic House with your help. And let me tell you, it's not all partisan, my speech here, because we don't just need Democrats in Trenton. We need a particular kind of Democrat. We need people who don't care about having the job. We care about people who just want the job because they want to get things done. We don't need career politicians. We need people like Lisa and Stacy who never run for office before. They decided to run for office because there was work that needed to be done. That's what our campaign was all about last year. That is what their campaign is all about. That is what they are all about. And so that's why, am I introducing you guys? All right. They can tell me. I could introduce anyone with that. That's why it gives me such pride and pleasure to support you guys and to invite you to come up and say a few words about why you're running and why we need to work every single minute of every day between now and Tuesday to get you elected.
Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, Governor, so much for being here. We are so grateful that you are in Washington fighting for what is right. Hello, Westfield! And our amazing Westfield Together team. Every single day, and I am so honored to be on the ballot with all of you. So I couldn't think of a better place to hold this rally than the Westfield train station. Because in 1993, my husband Gary and I moved to Westfield, and we were told direct train line was coming any day.
I gotta go. I get it. It's a setup. It's your birthday.
It's right. So listen, I need to get to Trenton because we need one seat ride.
We're gonna get it done.
You heard it here first.
And Stacy will help us.
We can't get to Trenton without all of you. We know that elections have consequences, that every single vote counts. But not everyone is as obsessive as we all are. There are actually people out there that still don't know there's an election on Tuesday. So please, if you haven't already, sign up to Canvass. And if you can take a day off on Tuesday, we need every single body because we are going to make history. On Tuesday, sensible gun violence prevention is on the ballot. Stacy and I are proud to be wearing our F from the NRA. Our amazing volunteers from Moms Demand Action who have been out every single weekend knocking on doors for us gave these to us on Friday. So thank you. A woman's right to make decisions about her own body are on the ballot on Tuesday. Economic justice is on the ballot on Tuesday. There is so much on the ballot on Tuesday. Stacy and I are on the ballot on Tuesday. Thank you all, and let me introduce Stacy Gunderman.
Assembly, Lisa Mandelblatt. We know what it's like to work hard. We know what it's like to bring about change and to bring forth leaders who share our values and priorities. And we have two amazing examples of this up here. So thank you, Governor, and thank you, Tom, for being here. Sorry, Congressman. I'm so used to Our friendship goes way back.
Your Excellency will do.
I'll get my curtsy down the next time. And like we've said today, it takes every single person. The last time the Assembly was at the top of the ticket, 22% of voters came out to vote. That is decided by such a small number. Our values, our priorities are worth so much more. They're worth us showing up. And the Westfield Council, your local government, needs these four amazing people. They need Jim, Mark, Jen, and Scott. And I think I got you in the right order. All right. Because you know what? They need partners in the Assembly just like we need partners here on the ground. And like Lisa said, we are so thrilled to share the ballot with you. And it will take all of us to bring these issues and ideas and values forth. So the good news is that there are now more Democrats in this district than there are Republicans. And this year, we have the opportunity to make a statement that we will never sleep through another election again. We will show up. We will bring our friends, neighbors, family members, bring your children, show them how important it is to vote. Because once you teach them at a young level, at a young age, they will keep coming back. They will understand how important it is. My family and I, we already voted at the kitchen table. We voted by mail, and thank you to everyone who has returned their vote by mail ballot. If it's still on your kitchen table, put stamps on it and get it in the mailbox today.
Go on North Avenue.
Yes, on North Avenue. We need every single person. Like Lisa said, on Tuesday is the crucial day. We don't want anyone sitting at home going, oh, is election day today? That was today? Oh. No. We need to push them out. We need to remind them their voice matters. This could be decided by literally a handful of votes. So every person that you can get out. Our field director, Joseph, is right there. The most amazing field director in the state. Please see him. He would love to be bombarded after this with volunteers of, I will be there on election day. And we will be out all over the district, all over this town, because just like Westfield together, we are stronger together. Privilege to thank the governor for being here today, to support us, to have the support from up and down the ballot is really just amazing. So, Governor, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you all. I don't want to suffer from vertigo, so I'm going to stay down at sea level. I want to flip it back to the chair, who's had a couple of quick acknowledgments to make.
Thank you. I just wanted to acknowledge some of the people, elected officials that are here to support us. We have our own freeholder, Kim Palmieri Moudet. We have BJ Kowalski. And then I want to recognize our very own Councilwoman Dawn Mackey. Is back here somewhere. I just want to say I'm going to turn it over to the governor. Now, he's been here in Westfield about 4 or 5 times since I've been chair. I want to think that it's about me and how much he likes me, but I think it's more all about you guys. So,
Thank
Governor
you so
Murphy.
much, Madam Chair. Let's hear it for the chair. I'm here for Ripple's birthday. That's the only reason I'm here. Give her a nice big box
Just give me
with
the
a bow on it
train.
with the train inside. Listen, I'm thrilled to be back in Westfield. This is a town that has given me a lot of good memories over the years. I've got relatives who live here and love it. Politically, it's been extremely kind to me, and each and every time you've opened your arms and invited me and welcomed me graciously. So for all of the above, I can't thank you enough. It's also arguably one of the most, if not the most consequential town in the entire state on Tuesday. And I just want to underscore, I'll come back to the extraordinary candidates in a minute, but I want to underscore how very important Tuesday is. And I want to echo the request, if you can take Tuesday off and volunteer, please do that. Please at least consider it, if not do it. The amount of bodies we have on the streets is going to correlate almost 100% with our success on Tuesday, not just here in Westfield, but certainly in this district and districts like it. But 21 is a incredibly consequential district, and Westfield in that district is an incredibly consequential community in every election, but particularly in this one. So to Jim, Scott, Mark, and Jen, you guys rock. We wish you nothing but the very best. Shelley is out of town. She sends her best wishes. She's doing something very cool. She and I were back and forth. She showed up as a surprise with the rest of her family, apparently, to, it's not just your birthday, it's her mom's 85th birthday in Florida. So she's down. Yes, so she's down there. Yeah, I hope I didn't blow her cover. But you guys will join your colleagues and Shelley, and Westfield has an extraordinary, after Tuesday, we'll have an extraordinary leadership team in place. So good luck to you, the four of you, all right? Before we get to Lisa and Stacy, BJ, who's the chair of the Freeholder Board, not just any freeholder, is on the ballot with Sergio Granados and Rebecca Williams. So we've got three outstanding freeholders in Union County. So we were together yesterday tearing up in Plainfield. We're together here in Westfield today. We are a team. Jim LaCourte is also, Judge LaCourte is also on the ballot as your county surrogate, and he deserves your support as well. It is essential. It is, I would almost say, existentially important that we get Lisa and Stacy elected on Tuesday. This is a pass-fail test. I'll come back to this in a second, but it takes a village. No matter how many good ideas I have or any one of us has, we got to get there together. And we need legislators who are born under the similar stars, who see things and the values the same way that the rest of us do. And I will tell you, I know them well. I know them extremely well. And Lisa and Stacy will not let us down. What they say on the campaign trail will be how they govern in reality. You have my word, you have their word. We have got to lay it out and get each of them elected. Does that sound fair? Are we in? Are we in? Lisa and Stacy over the goal line. I'll come back to them. I'm just getting going here. I'm at sea level. Considering doing a little dance. I met this man. First person I ever heard his name from, guess who? John McCain. John McCain, who was a giant American, and a guy that both Tom and I had enormous, almost unending respect for. He wasn't a perfect guy. Could rip your head off. Boy, he ripped mine off a few times. But he was a great American, and he stood for American values and the ideals that we all hold dear, even if we didn't agree with him on everything, and we didn't. But Tom, I say this because not just that Tom is an incredible congressman who brings a perspective of the world, and human rights in particular, to his position in Washington, but I don't know that there's a fiercer advocate or fighter, never mind in the New Jersey delegation, in any delegation I've seen anywhere in the country. So Tom, you have our unending the reason I heard Tom's name from Senator McCain was I was a U.S. ambassador to the Federal Republic of Germany. Mr. President, one of our closest allies, please keep that in mind. And Tom was in the State Department on the Human Rights beat, and I would say this, the stuff that we're reading about, that this administration and this president has done, I'm not here to talk about Donald Trump, believe me, is beyond the pale. Nobody's done this before. There's nothing perfect or normal about any of this. This borders on treason. This is awful stuff. This is selling our country out in exchange for settling political scores. So we each know enough to be dangerous on this front, and it's disgusting. Yeah. It's un-American, and we cannot, we have to stand tall ramrod straight in this environment in this crazy times. Now back closer to home. Two things I want to leave you with. Number one is kind of been alluded to by everybody here. Lisa was on it, as was Stacy and Tom and Madam Chairwoman again. Enormous respect for you and your job. Tuesday is a low turnout election. And just think about the math. Your vote always counts. Our vote always counts. But when you divide in the denominator by the amount of people who are going to show up to vote actually in this district or in this community or in this county, and you put that in the denominator and your vote in the numerator, that fraction is frightening. So your vote literally could make the difference, either in town, in the district, or in the county. Please, God, get out to vote. And there's no extra amount of energy that is not worth it right now. The extra email, the extra text, phone call, the extra ride to the polls, the extra $5, whatever it might be, anything right now could have the payback and determine whether or not we win or lose these elections. So my plea is that everyone gets out there and votes. I think we've got more energy for a lot of reasons than they do. We've got better candidates. I think the Trump thing has got people's hair on fire, none more so in, I think, in Tom's district in Union County. In this legislative district, people are upset. They're mad as hell. They feel like the whole system is rigged, that we're on the outside and that there are insiders who have got this thing all sewn up, led by the insider in chief. And with that energy, I think we bring that through to Tuesday. We have to run through the tape. Let's not take anything for granted. That's one of the points I want to leave you. The other one is this. I think it's time to stand up and be proud to be a Democrat. By the way, I can say this officially, I literally can't see you. So I assume that there are people there, I hear you, but I can't see any of you. A couple of you over here I can see, but I feel like I'm under a Klieg light here. But we talk about a stronger and fairer New Jersey that works for everybody and not just some. That's not just talk, it's action. It's what we mean, it's how we govern, it's how these two women will behave and lead in the 21st district when they're elected. We talk about that you can't make economic progress without social progress, and likewise, you can't make social progress without economic progress. Those aren't words, we believe it. What good it'll be if we grow the pie if not everybody gets a piece of the pie? When we get tagged as pro-growth progressives, we'll take that. We are proudly progressive, and yet at the same time, we want to grow the darn economy, create more jobs, get more investment, not just any jobs, the right jobs. So we mean what we say. That's how we govern. And the extent to which, you know that phrase from Hillary Clinton, it takes a village? It's real. It takes a village. It takes great congressmen. It takes great freeholders, council, and it takes great legislators. None of us can get there on our own, no matter how good our ideas might be. So let's be proud about the fact for 2 years in a row we've made 2 all-time high investments in public education in our state. And what do we get back? We got, as of September, the #1 public education system in the United States of America. And these 2 women will make sure it stays that way. You ready? We will fix NJ Transit if it kills me, which it might. It's why I like to surround myself with paramedics and first responders, because it might kill me. But listen, all kidding aside, I will never for the life of me figure out why the last administration wrecked it. This used to be the #1 transit system, bus and rail, in the United States. That's a fact. So our aspiration, and we will make it a reality, is we have the #1 public education system in America and the #1 transit system in America. And those are magnets that will keep people here and bring them here. And with their help, we will get there. Listen, this isn't Democrat or Republican, as Tom said earlier. This is, you're the densest state in America. On the one side, you're sitting beside the largest market in the world. The other side, one of the fastest growing in the country. It's existential. It's a no-brainer that you've got to move people around better than any other state. It's not partisan. Play the damn hand you've been dealt, and we will fix it. You have my word. It may not be tomorrow, but we will fix it. I could go on. We're headed toward $15 an hour minimum wage. I'm proud of that. We should be proud of that. We got the strongest equal pay laws in the United States. We should be proud of that. Strongest earned sick leave. We're going to cut out flavored juuling. I need a law for the legislature to sign it. I will sign it. You have my word. I went off a little bit of a riff there. A little improvisational theater there for a second. We funded, the last administration didn't. We funded Planned Parenthood and Women's Health. They will make sure we continue to do that. I can go on and on and on. Let me just say one other thing as part of this. It's not just good value for money. Now, New Jersey was the state where okay, I pay a little bit more to be in New Jersey, but I get a lot back for that. We used to be a AAA bond-rated state. That basket of stuff back was really thick and full. The premium was manageable. The last decade or so, the premium went hog wild, out of control, and the basket shrunk. So I spend every day getting value for money. But it's not just value, it's values, which is why these two women, in particular, these four candidates, BJ and her colleagues, Tom every day in Washington, it's not just the value, it's the values. When I say that, I mean New Jersey, and Tom alluded to this, we want to be nothing less than the #1 state in America as it relates to the environment, period. No less than that. Number one state in America as it relates to gun safety laws. By the way, I have an F as well, and I'm really proud of that. The #1 state in America for the LGBTQ plus community, period. The #1 state in America for sensible immigration reform and rules. And don't let the other side, they don't have the facts, they're wrong, all they're doing is fear-mongering. We know what the facts are. It's proven all over the country. When our brothers and sisters feel comfortable to come out of the shadows into the sunlight, engage with their neighbors, with their faith leaders, with law enforcement in particular, it's a safer community and a safer state. I could go on, but I won't. I'm proud to stand with Stacy and Lisa. I'm proud to stand with this quartet. I'm proud to stand with the freeholders. I'm always proud to stand with Congressman Malinowski. Tuesday matters. Tuesday, November 5th, 48 hours. Take the day off. Run through the tape. Let's win together.